I'm really happy to be here at Harvard Park today, to see all of your wonderful faces and celebrating major accomplishments for our district. And I just want to say to your principal, to all of your teachers, and all of the adults who are in your lives that I really love Harvard Park. I really do. And the reason that I love Harvard Park is because all of you make it easier to love Harvard Park. I do want to tell you that. Are you guys excited? Yeah! I can't hear you. Are you excited? Yeah! I thought I heard you, but I'm not too sure. Are you excited? Yeah! Well, you should be excited. You want me to tell you why? Because knowledge is power, and many of you have shown all of us that you have a lot of knowledge. And as a result of that, I know that you are going to have a lot of power, right? Yeah! I still can't hear you, right? Yeah! All right, that's more like it. Well, I want to welcome everyone here today. I want to welcome all of your teachers, your wonderful principal, and every adult in this building who was responsible for you. Let's give them a big round of applause. I want to thank Harvard Park for giving us an opportunity to celebrate, to highlight the real ways that our schools are achieving academic success. And oftentimes we forget the true heart of the matter. And the true heart of the matter is student achievement. This celebration of our students, our teachers, our principals, our parents, all of our faculty and staff who work together to achieve outstanding results every day. And like many of our schools, Harvard Park also is a place that benefits from community involvement. And that's another reason that we decided to host our celebration at Harvard Park. I would like to give a special thanks to Westside Christian Church for its ShareFest makeover. And I'll tell you, they did a wonderful job. Am I correct on that? We've had many schools in our district that made gains on our state assessments. Let's give our other schools a big round of applause. And as a result of this, the number of our students in our district that are meeting grade level benchmarks is increasing significantly. A major reason that we should be happy today. In reading, a cumulative district-wide improvement, economically disadvantaged students, and our African American students, and our multi-ethnic students, their scores have increased. Another big round of applause. In math, a cumulative district-wide increase. Economically disadvantaged students increase, African American students increase, multi-ethnic students increase, and students with disabilities increase as well. We are particularly proud of several of our schools that did so well that some made what we call adequate yearly progress, meaning they are meeting stringent benchmarks set by our state and our country. Major accomplishment. And I do want to just talk about that for a moment, because oftentimes we forget that the requirements for AYP, it increases every year. And we have schools that are definitely meeting the major demand there. And we've shown impressive gains, again, across the board. In closing this part of our presentation, I just want to thank each and every person for working together to achieve outstanding results. You make Springfield Public Schools in the city of Springfield very, very proud. And I'm one proud person, I'm proud superintendent of what we're accomplishing here. I want to thank Ms. Leverett Brown for allowing us to brag today. And I'm going to just walk through some of our district-wide highlights. I do want to take an opportunity to share some of the people to my left, my immediate left. These are my outstanding principals. Actually, I have all of my principals are outstanding, but these are extremely outstanding principals that decided to join me this morning on the stage. To my immediate left, we have Mr. Artie Doss. To my far left, we have Miss Cindy Bauhar. Then we have Miss Nicole Hyen. A great administrator in our district. She's right next door to me, Miss Kim Crum. One of our new, exciting, and innovative principals, Ms. Kenyatta Revelle. Is Miss Kathy Wanless. She's not here, but she's here in spirit. Let's give her a big round of applause. We have Nicole Gales. And last but certainly not least, Ms. Kim Leverett Brown. Okay, I just want to introduce Renee Caldwell, and I want to thank Mr. Doss for throwing something at me mentally to remind me of her. She was one of the first people that I saw walking in, so please forgive me, Renee. All right, we love you. Okay. Actually, let's give Ms. Caldwell a big round of applause. Another one. Okay. So let's walk through some of our data. Springfield Public Schools that made AYP based on the results of their spring 2012 standardized test scores. Carl Sandburg Elementary School. Isles School. Laketown. Lincoln Magnet. Owen Marsh, Springfield Ball Charter, schools that made substantial gains among subgroups. Harvard Park Elementary School. And indulge me while I'm just a little more specific here. Harvard Park, the percentage of students meeting reading benchmarks increased school-wide by 9 percentage points. Our white students meeting reading benchmarks increased by 11 percentage points. Our black students meeting reading benchmarks increased by 13%. Our black students meeting math benchmarks increased by 14%. Our economically disadvantaged students increased by 5% in reading. Our economically disadvantaged students increased 9% in math. The percentage of economically disadvantaged students meeting math goals increased by 12%. The percentage of students meeting grade level benchmarks in reading rose 14%. The percentage of students meeting math benchmarks rose by 18.5%. The percentage of African American students or black students meeting or exceeding state standards in reading rose by 10%. The percentage of African American students meeting or exceeding state standards in math rose by 10%. Ms. Ravel, please stand. Isles School, 100% of all students met or exceeded grade level in math benchmarks. And the entire school made AYP. Big hand. Thank you. Ms. Caldwell, please stand. Laketown School. They really like you, you know that? Okay. Laketown, the percentage of students meeting reading goals increased 12 percentage points to 89%. %. Of all students met their math goals, an increase of 5 percentage points. And the entire school made AYP. Big round of applause. Thank you. Although Owen Marsh is not here, let's talk about their data. 84.5% of students at Marsh met reading benchmarks. 90.9% of the students at Owen Marsh met math expectations. Although Sandberg is not here, let's talk about their data. Sandberg, the students school-wide met reading and math goals increased 3 and 5 percentage points, respectively. 95.7% of white students at Sandberg are meeting their reading benchmarks. And the entire school made AYP. Ms. Gales, can you stand, please? Springfield Ball Charter. The entire school made AYP. The percentage of students meeting reading or math standards were no lower than 81% among any subgroup. (85.3%) and 88.5% of students overall met reading and math standards respectively. Great job. Ms. Crum, can you please stand? Grant Middle School. I want you guys to get to know her. You may have her one day. So, the percentage of all students testing at grade level increased 4 percentage points to 70% overall. African American students increased 7% in reading expectations. African American students increased 9% in math. And 69.5% overall. The percentage of students with IEPs, this is incredibly important. The percentage of students with IEPs and who are considered economically disadvantaged met reading and math goals, or they have increased at Grant. Another big round of applause. Thank you. Ms. Hyen, can you please stand? Lincoln Magnet School. 95.7% of Lincoln Magnet students met grade level standards in reading and math. And they had some of the highest percentages throughout the entire district. And the entire school made AYP. Big round of applause. Mr. Doss, can you please stand? Lanphier High School. And I just want to set the context for this next celebration. You know, I have this term that I use. It's called our epoch. An epoch means the dawn of a new beginning. And those were the words that I said to Mr. Doss when he arrived at Lanphier. I said, Mr. Doss, this is our epoch. This is the dawn of our new beginning. And I think that he's a living testimony when you have visions and your visions can come to fruition. And I want to publicly thank Mr. Doss for his leadership and the leadership of his faculty and staff who work committedly every day 100%. Big round of applause. The percentage of students meeting reading benchmarks increased from 28.8% to 42.1%. And that's an increase of 13.3%. The percentage of students meeting math goals increased 5.7%. The percentage of white students meeting reading goals increased 15.2%, from 37.4% to 52.6%. African American students meeting reading benchmarks increased by 9.4%. Our economically disadvantaged students, and I hate using that term, their scores increase in reading by 12 percentage points. And our economically disadvantaged students and white students who met math standards increased as well. Great job. Ms. Bauhar, can you please stand? Let's give her a big round of applause. Similar to Mr. Doss, when Mrs. Bauhar went over to Du Bois, same kind of conversation. And I just want to publicly acknowledge her for the great work that's taken place over at Du Bois and the increase in test scores. And under her leadership, Du Bois, I believe, will one day become a blue ribbon school. Big round of applause. Thank you. So many other schools also made solid gains in reading and math throughout our district, and this leads to an increase in the percentage of students meeting grade level benchmarks in both subjects for the following groups. Excuse me. Cumulative increase district-wide, economically disadvantaged students again increase, multi-ethnic group students increase, and our African American students increase in reading. The same thing with mathematics. Now, I have a lot to say. Today is a great day for me. It really is. And I really believe that it's imperative that our community recognizes that Springfield Public Schools is a great school district. Let's give another big round of applause for that. We have a faculty and staff who has made what they do their life work to make sure that we bring great information to you and to prepare all of you for an ever-changing world in which we live in. And so I'm very proud of that. And I think that we have many, many things to celebrate in Springfield Public Schools. And I'm truly honored to lead the charge as superintendent. But I am nothing without those individuals who surround me. I would like to thank our cabinet. Let's give them a big round of applause. Raise your hands. I'd like to thank our board members. Mr. McFarland, raise your hand. And I would like to think of all the adults that make up Springfield Public Schools. But more importantly, I would like to thank all 15,226 of my children. Great job. Okay, how about we play that song one more time and then I like that song. You know, I would like to give Miss Tennant, and I don't mean to put her on the spot, but I didn't realize the girl had a little rhythm. Let's give her a big round of applause. Okay. All right. I want to thank Harvard Park again for giving us the opportunity, along with my colleagues, my esteemed colleagues to my left, to brag a little bit about Springfield Public Schools and the great gains that we're making district-wide. So I want to thank Harvard Park and all of the wonderful teachers and faculty and staff that makes up Harvard Park School. I want to wish all of you a great day. I would like to ask my principals if they can stay around for a little while, because I want the media to ask you any question that we can answer, because you probably can answer it better than me. So again, thank you. Have a great day, and let's continue to celebrate. We'll see you soon. Thank you.